What's up, everybody? Nicholas Kuzmich here from nicholaskuzmich.com, and in this episode of Accelerated Results, I just want to talk a little bit about how to set up your retargeting campaigns properly for this upcoming Black Friday, Cyber Monday promotions. Now, it's no surprise, right, that Black Friday and Cyber Monday are in fact two of the most profitable days of the year for most e-commerce and information coaching kind of type clients, right? And it's all because a lot of people have been waiting for this day to come, and because they're waiting for this day to come, if you offer a decent promotion or anything of that sort, you tend to get excellent results. So hey, actually, before we begin, if you want to work personally and directly with me so I can help get you accelerated results, where I can build out custom plans for you to follow right to the T, go to workwithnick.com. That is workwithnick, NIC.com, and fill out a brief application there. We'll hop on a call and we'll have some conversations about how I can help you with that. Now, back to this idea. If you've done this correctly over the last several months with Black Friday and Cyber Monday coming up, if you've done this correctly, what you should have done by now is run a ton of prospecting campaigns to your promotions, right? This is just because you should be advertising on the regular, and because you're advertising on the regular, you're driving people to your websites, and you're driving people to your promotions, and you're driving people to your your sales pages and that sort of thing. Now, here's what happens though. If you haven't been paying attention, as we start to approach Black Friday, Cyber Monday, particularly in like the 2 months prior to, or 8 to 12 weeks prior to it, you'll notice, generally speaking, that your sales dip, right? And that's because people are mentally getting to this place where they're like, I'm not buying right now, but I'm starting to save my ideas of where I'm going to spend money this holiday season. And the reason is, my wife does this herself. Like, she knows there's a couple things she wants to buy. Rather than buying them now, she's waiting for Black Friday to be able to take advantage of the deals that are going to be happening at that time. So generally what happens is sales go down as people are prospecting and thinking in their mind, and they're creating their little shopping list. So don't fret about that. It means you shouldn't stop your traffic. It just means you're gonna be wary that conversion rates are gonna go down, because they will go up drastically during this 4-day promotion or however long you do this promotion. So that being said, what you should have done is drive a lot of traffic. In fact, 70% of your traffic should be cold traffic prospecting. 30% of your traffic should in fact be retargeting, and you're gonna run at it that way. Now, when we start to approach your Black Friday offers and promotions, number one, you're going to switch that ratio. So what do I mean by switch the ratio? You'll do 30% cold prospecting and 70% retargeting to all the audiences you have built over the last little while for your promo. So that's the first thing. The second thing you need to know, and this is the content of this video, is how then do you set up your retargeting objectives in Facebook to ensure that you get the greatest reach and the greatest conversions. Now again, before we continue, or before I forget, frankly, if you want to work directly with me to create offers and campaigns and to ensure that everything you have is done correctly so you get the greatest return on your investment for your ads, then simply go to workwithnick.com, workwithnic.com. I'll be happy to kind of set that up for you, work with you personally to help you set and reach some of your goals over the next little while. So here's what you need to know. When you're setting up your retargeting audiences, there are two factors in play in order for you to properly select the proper objective in the campaign. Number one is the source of the audience, and number two is the size of the audience. So for example, if the source of your audience are website visitors, so you set up a custom audience that's website visitors, and you've driven a lot of traffic to it. So your source is website traffic and your size is large. Then when you're setting up your retargeting campaigns, you can easily choose the conversion objective, because at this point you have a large pool of people, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in your audience to select from. And maybe they came from some content, or maybe they came from some ads that you were running, where your objective wasn't conversion to start, maybe it's website clicks or engagement or something like that. So if you have large audiences and your source was website visitors or engagement audiences from content that you've already put out, conversion is the objective that you want to select, because large audiences and general audiences function best under conversions. However, if you are going for medium-sized audiences and your source are maybe leads that you've generated, right? Or maybe, again, you've generated leads over these last couple of months, you have them on an email list, they're targeting a pixel, or they're targeting an objective of where they have opted into something or they've consumed some of your content, but your original source was conversions, then when you're setting up that objective, you will select traffic as your conversion objective. And that's because the audiences are a little bit smaller and you've already optimized for conversions, albeit lead. So it's a smaller pool, and Facebook has gone on and done the heavy work to find your ideal prospect there. So traffic, clicks, is essentially what you want to set up as your objective, right? Lastly, if you're going after itty-bitty audiences, so maybe this is an email list, maybe this is a customer list, maybe this is people who've been in an audience for a very small window of time, like maybe the last 7 days, so your audiences are quite small. Well, in that case, what you need is to select the campaign objective reach, because your goal now is to get as many people as possible in that small audience to see your ads. And the best way to do that is with the reach objective. So again, rewind here. Depending on the source and the size of your custom audience for retargeting would depend on the objective that you are going to select. Hey, before we kind of wrap this up, if you want to personally work with me to talk through your Black Friday campaign, to design great offers, to have a bit of a business plan over the next 30 to 90 days on exactly what you need to do to get the maximum revenue with the minimal effort, because we're going to leverage things that you already got going on, simply go to workwithnick.com. Again, workwithnic.com. And I'd be happy to kind of build some custom plans for you in order for you to kind of get the results that you're looking for. So again, in summary here, number one, you should have been running heavy prospecting up until now for your Black Friday campaigns. That means 70% cold, 30% retargeting, getting new cold audiences to your promotions. As you start to approach Black Friday, and notice again, your conversion rates are going to be on the lower end as we start to approach Black Friday. As you start to approach it and you switch into special mode, like promotional mode for these, promotions that you're doing, in that case, we're going to go 30% retargeting, 30% cold traffic, 70% retargeting, where you're going to hit these people up aggressively to go into your Black Friday promotion. That being said, think about source of the traffic and think about size of the traffic, and that'll depend on which objective you choose when you're setting up your campaigns. If you do this properly and you do it how I just mentioned, you will end up seeing phenomenal results. And like most people, Black Friday, Cyber Monday can be and should be one of your most profitable promotions of the year. So again, if you're serious about your business, if you're serious about doing the work but not having to think about what you need to do next, and you want to avoid all the overwhelm that's typically connected with growth, go to workwithnick.com, workwithnic.com. I'd love to personally work with you, build out some customized plans to get you the results that you're looking for. That's it for me all on this episode of Accelerated Results. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. All the best, and talk soon.